During the reign of Gevra Meskel Lalibela, a member of the Zagwe dynasty who ruled Ethiopia in the late 12th century and early 13th century, the current town of Lalibela was known as Roa. The saint king was named because a swarm of bees is said to have surrounded him at his birth, which his mother took as a sign of his future reign as Emperor of Ethiopia. The names of several places in the modern town and the general layout of the rock-cut churches themselves are said to mimic names and patterns observed by Lalibela during the time he spent as a youth in Jerusalem and the Holy Land. Citation needed. Lalibela, revered as a saint, is said to have visited Jerusalem and attempted to recreate a new Jerusalem as his capital in response to the taking of Old Jerusalem by Muslims in 1187. Each church was carved from a single piece of rock to symbolize spirituality and humility. The Christian faith inspired many features receiving biblical names. Even Lalibela's river is known as the River Jordan. Lalibela remained the capital of Ethiopia from the late 12th into the 13th century. Citation needed. The first European known to see these churches was the Portuguese explorer Pero de Covilhã, 1460–1526. A Portuguese priest, Francisco Alvarez, 1465–1540, accompanied the Portuguese ambassador on a visit to Dawit II in the 1520s. Alvarez described the unique church structures as follows: "I weary of writing more about these buildings, because it seems to me that I shall not be believed if I write more. I swear by God, in whose power I am, that all I have written is the truth." 5. Ethiopian Orthodox priests holding a procession in Lalibela. Although Ramuso included the plans of several of these churches in his 1550 printing of Alvarez's book, it is unknown who provided him with the drawings. The next reported European visitor to Lalibela was Miguel de Castanhoso, who was a soldier under Cristóvão da Gama and left Ethiopia in 1544. 6. After de Castanhoso, more than 300 years passed until another European, Gerhard Rolfs, visited Lalibela sometime between 1865 and 1870. Citation needed. According to the Futu al-Habesa of Sayyid ad-Din Ahmad, Ahmad ibn Ibrahim al-Ghazi burned one of the churches of Lalibela during his invasion of Ethiopia. 7. However, Richard Pankhurst has expressed skepticism about this, pointing out that although Sayyid ad-Din Ahmad provided a detailed description of a rock-hewn church, it was carved out of the mountain. Its pillars were likewise cut from the mountain. 7. Only one church is mentioned. Pankhurst adds that what is special about Lalibela, as every tourist knows, is that it is the site of 11 or so rock churches, not just one, and they are all within more or less a stone's throw of each other. 8. Pankhurst also notes that the royal chronicles, which mention Ahmad al-Ghazi's laying waste to the district between July and September 1531, are silent about him ravaging the fabled churches of this city. 9. He concludes by stating that had Ahmad al-Ghazi burned a church at Lalibela, it was most likely Beit Medhain Alam, and if the Muslim army was either mistaken or misled by the locals, then the church he set fire to was Ganata Mariam, 10 miles, 16 kilometers, east of Lalibela, which likewise has a colonnade of pillars cut from the mountain. 10. In early August 2021, Tigrayan rebel it is believed that fighters captured the town during the Tigray War. 11. On December 1, 2021, the Ethiopian army recaptured the town. 12. The town was recaptured again by Tigrayan forces on 12 December. 13. On December 19, Ethiopian state media announced the town was recaptured for a second time, though it was unclear when.